Hey guys, it's Eric. I'm in my parents' house right now. They don't know I'm doing this. But what I did is I thought it would be pretty cool to go through their cabinets. Alright, pull out a few things. And so that's what I started doing. Actually, they're upstairs, so I gotta kind of be quiet. So I grabbed a couple things, and I want to show you, just some things that you maybe wouldn't think about, how much sugar is actually in these products. So that's what I'm going to do for you now. Alright, so the first thing that I grabbed, alright, we're all hearing about it. Gotta cut soda out of the diet, alright? So I grabbed a big old trusty Coke bottle. Alright, so all I'm doing is I'm looking right now and I'm looking at the ingredients. Alright, so what it says is basically a serving size says 8 fluid ounces. Alright, so in one serving size there's 27 grams of sugar. Let me show you how much that actually is. Okay, so this is how I measured out the sugar. General idea basically is 1 teaspoon is equal to about 4 grams of sugar. Here you can see this is 8 ounces or 1 cup of the soda. Right, and if you remember, I said there's 27 grams of sugar in 8 ounces cup of soda. Alright, so what I'm going to do, so you can see I've got my trusty teaspoon here, and like I said, there's 4 grams of sugar in 1 teaspoon. Okay, so that alone right there is 4 grams. I'm going to scoop this in and show you how much this is. Alright, so this is how much sugar we have. Alright, so I basically just put 7 scoops of sugar in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up next to this so you can see. It's probably the bad glass, but you can see how much of that sugar in there is actually in 1 cup of soda. I mean, would you actually think that you're drinking this much sugar in there? I mean, look at how much that is. Alright, now what happens, the reason that it is, that you would never know, is because once you put it in a liquid, it dissolves. But if I pour this out, you're going to see how much this really is. Alright? That's a whole bunch of sugar. And that's just in 1 cup of soda. Let me show you the other ones. Alright, so the next thing that I found is Chips Ahoy cookies, alright? Here. Look on the pack. Serving size, 2 cookies, and these cookies are small. Okay, really small cookies. 10 grams of sugar in 2 cookies. Let me show you how much that is. Alright, so that's how small they are. That's how much sugar is in those 2 cookies. I mean, those 2 cookies, that looks like it's almost purely sugar. That is enormous amount. Here's something else I found. A little unhealthy, little candy snack, but you can see what it is. I'm not bashing any brands, but Skittles. The bite-sized, fruit-tasting, excellent little candies that we all love growing up on here. But basically, the amount per serving of Skittles is a 1/4 cup. Alright? I've got my 1/4 cup right here. And you can see, I filled it to the brim. Okay, I didn't cheat any. It's 32 grams of sugar. Now, do you know what that equates to? Try to give you something that you could think of to visualize it or try it for yourself. But I brought out my trusty old shot glass. That is 32 grams of sugar. Want to take a shot with me? I took something that you would think is generally healthy. Okay, we know Cheerios are pretty good. I took Honey Nut Cheerios. And I went and I flipped it over and I looked. Alright, so a serving size is 3/4 of a cup. And then I wanted to see how many grams of sugar were in that. And I looked and there's 9 grams. Alright, so here we go. Here's my 3/4 cup of cereal, which I don't know anybody who eats that as a serving. It's nothing, it's barely anything in the bowl. And in there, here's your 9 grams of sugar. Alright, let me put 1 big giant cup. Alright, you're going to have that every time you have a bowl. You get to have 1 big giant spoonful of sugar in there. So remember, things are deceiving. Alright, you have to watch, be careful of what you're eating. Alright, everything has sugar in it, and nobody eats the actual serving size. Very few people, and people always end up eating more. So in this case, for the cereal, if I had 2 servings, that would be 18 grams of sugar. That would be 2 big spoonfuls. Alright, that would be more of what a normal person would eat. So you have to be aware of everything that you eat and drink and watch the sugar intake that you're putting in there. Alright? Because what happens is when you're not using the sugars that you need, it gets stored as fat. And that's how you're putting on weight.